All right, peace. This is Brother Hotel coming at you live and direct. First off, I want to say thank you for everybody that's tuning in on Facebook as well as on Spreaker, as also checking us out on www.Gye-Nyame.com. I want to thank everybody for showing up. But first, I need to remind you at all times that this is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I'm your host, Brother Tim. And of course, you know this is Folk Tales for Grown Folks, and I stress the term grown folks because we're going to get into some real stuff tonight, as we usually do. And of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simple production, where we strive to blow up those old paradigms. All right, y'all know I'm always running late, so bear with me for a moment. I'm going to throw on another commercial for y'all to get y'all intrigued and hopefully get y'all to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to build up our YouTube presence, so we would love for each and every last one of you to kind of, subscribe to our YouTube channel, either one of them.
I am a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent sinner. I pledge to find and connect with my sinner. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Gye-Nyame prayers that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. subscribe, as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within the Gye-Nyame journey. Peace.
All right, family, now let's get straight into it. First off, I got to send shouts out to one of my sponsors. Of course, it's that Ambrosia, right? So I got to go and pop it while I'm here. This batch, I have figured out that if I let it sit a little bit longer, I ain't got to worry about it exploding. But I still use the safety cup just in case. And I'm going to pour, this is the original flavor. So whenever you see this top right here, with the line on top, you know that we are sipping on that good and original Ambrosia. Look at that bubble. You can hear it sizzling, you know, like that 7-Up back in the day when it was real, right? So I'm going to take a sip. Oh, my God. Woo! All right. So now, we're going to get into the news real quick. Anybody that feel that want to join, hit us up at 566-4535, 614-556-4535. So in the news today, Lord have mercy. Of course, we got this show, but also we need to make you aware of the show tomorrow. We got Tribal Quotes tomorrow where we'll be going through the African openings to the Tree of Life and exploring the power of those proverbs. From there, all right. For all those that are interested in the marijuana market, largest ever study on marijuana reveals smoking. It does not damage the, all right, let's go and look at that one real quick. Because, of course, one of the businesses that I think we need to start looking at and possibly guiding some of our young people into is this new legal industry that has locked up so many of my brothers is ridiculous, called marijuana. It's a new market, y'all. At least that's what they're telling us is a new market. We have said in the past. Hold on, let me tell you what I'm reading from. This is a newspaper called Counter Current News. So this lets you know that they are going against the current. Smoking marijuana doesn't harm lungs even after 20 years. Wow. All right. I'm not going to read that one. Don't sound excited no more. All right. Next. Here's who would win if Russia, China, and America went to war right now. This is news, CDN, newsrep.net. Now, all this news I'm pulling off of the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline on Facebook. Those that are interested, like the page, and you can scroll down with me. And I'm always trying to put good things on here, good information, so that we can have some discussion. Community outrage. This one is from News, CDN, News Rep. All right, so let's go see what it is. Community outrage after board vice president bashes Muslims and, of course, blacks. We're going to read this one. We're going to get in this one real quick. Residents of Roseville, Michigan are outraged over Roseville School Board Vice President Alfredo Francescani racist post on his personal Facebook page. What's up with motherfuckers being stupid on Facebook? I don't understand. According to the report, Francescani shared posts on his Facebook describing all Muslims as terrorists and also reported called out black Americans for not voting in the 2016 election. Oh, okay. Man, this new Trump era is a beautiful thing, y'all. Listen, I just can't wait for all of the masks to start coming off. We really, because this is a time for us to start taking notes and marking our enemies. Be wise. Be wise. Shouts out to Miss J. Ross. Shouts out to Saka Shiung Hasbury. Those that want to call in, remember the number, 614-556-4535. I will be opening the lines in about 5 minutes, and we will be getting into the folktale for the night. Now, this one is from a right-wing newspaper. U.S. military debates Obama arrest. Now, I saw that one. I wanted to check it out. It's on the timeline. You can see it for yourself, but let's read through it just real quick. An unnamed source, has disclosed that behind closed doors, the U.S. military is holding discussions on Barack Obama's ability to effectively carry out his duties and responsibilities as president and as a commander-in-chief. In the past weeks, Obama's behavior has become more and more irrational and even traitorous. Military commanders agree. Let's look at this source. This is the American Patriot. Hey, listen to this shit here. Listen, hold on. So we got a president-elect that could tweet out any damn thing he wants, but yet the man that's the president is acting a little bit strange. We've been joined by the brother, the traveling brother D. I'm going to open the line in 1 second, bruh. Give me a second, please. 1 second. I'm going to open the lines. All right, hold on. All right, let's see. We got any more news? Any more news? Have scientists found a fountain of youth? They remove certain cells from animals, and it helped them move faster, jump faster, they even helped them grow their hair back. So y'all might want to check that one out. That's on the timeline. I got some technical stuff. We got a live stream that I did this morning where I'm talking about the Nguza Saba Challenge. For those that don't know, that's where I'm challenging people to practice, instead of saying the day of the week, say the principle of the week, the principle of that day. So rather than calling on the moon and the sun and the Thors and the Odins and the Freyas, we're calling on Umoja, Kujichagulia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kuumba, and Mani. Today is Kujichagulia, Self-Determination Day. And of course, the ancestors have made it so that the folktale of the day will also fall into Kujichagulia as well. But the Nguza Saba Challenge. Now, if you look on my timeline, I posted up a calendar for people, right? I'm producing a calendar where instead of the days of the week, we are able to celebrate one of the principles of the Nguza Saba. And if you don't want to speak that and you don't want to read Kujichagulia, I got self-determination on there. I also have some other principles like the principles of Mayat for each day, because there's 7 of those. And I also have a color for each day. So you can start meditating and start building up your life on that. All right, I'm about to let the traveler brother D, because he paged me like crazy. He want to get on. He got something he want to say. What's up, brother D? Brother D, you there? Hold on. Something wrong. As usual. Audio options. Let's see. My computer. I ain't even called in myself. And I know I did. I'm sorry. All right, brother D. You there?
Conference now. This call is being recorded.
Hey, somebody on that line. You playing me. Hey, who is that? Okay. All right, cool. Hold on.
I was waiting for you to open up the line, so I was trying to listen to what you was talking about.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm just going through the news right now. But for anybody that want that calendar, I could send you a PDF. Now, I don't know what's going on with your line, but if you could say something for me, brother D.
Back out and then I'll come back.
Say again.
I'm gonna hang up and call right back in.
No. They still can hear you. Can y'all hear them out there?
Okay.
Oh, shouts out to my sister, Miss Monica Lynn Moore Brown. What's up, cuz? All right. But here we go. We about to pull out the folktale. Let me take another sip of that ambrosia. Brother D, on second thought, why don't you hang up and call right back in? Because I don't know what's going on with this thing. I want to make sure that the people out here is able to hear you.
What's up?
All right, so we're going to get into this folktale. I ain't going to hold you up because I don't know how long my battery's going to hold on. I've been running around. I forgot to charge my phone. Miss Sister J, you want to call in? 614-556-4535. Thank you. I'm glad you like the show, Miss Monica. All right, so here we go. I'm reading from Aesop Fables, right? I ain't going to go through the story of Aesop again, but I might, because y'all know I digress a lot. The Fox and the Lion. When a fox, who had never yet seen a lion, fell in with him by chance for the first time in the forest, he was so frightened that he nearly died with fear. On meeting him for the second time, he was still much alarmed, but not to the same extent as at first. On seeing him the third time, he so increased in boldness that he went up to him and commenced a familiar conversation with him. Now, the moral says acquaintance soften prejudice. All right? So now, let's go and look at that real quick. I'm going to give Brother D a moment to get back on the line. And if not, I'm going to run it. All right. Anybody else that want to join Uber Conference Info, here you go. 614-5, oh my God. 614-556-4535. 614-556-4535. Or you go to uberconference.com/Gye-Nyame Journey. All right. So, we got the Fox and the Lion, right? The Fox and the Lion. Let's look at this. Now, first let me ring the bell. All right. 556-4535. Once again, that number is 614-556-4535. All right? They'll be able to hear you on the live stream too. All right. Well, I'm going to read it one more time, giving y'all some time. I'm stalling. When a fox who had never yet seen a lion, but yet let me type it in for y'all. All right, there we go. Who on the line? Uh-oh, we got two people on the line. Uh-oh. All right, so let's get it. Can y'all hear me? All right, so here we go. When a fox who had never yet seen a lion fell in with him by chance for the first time in the forest, he was so frightened that he nearly died with fear. On meeting him for the second time, he was still much alarmed, but not to the same extent as at first. On seeing him the third time, he so increased in boldness that he went up to him and commenced a familiar conversation with him. Acquaintance softens prejudice. Now, y'all want me to jump in first or somebody want to take the first round? Nobody?
It was hard for me to hear you.
For real? All right, let's try it again. Say, all right.
It's like vibrato with your voice.
Oh, okay. So maybe let me try that. Can y'all hear me now? Is that better?
A little better.
All right. Let me try this. Hold on. How about now? No, I know not now.
No.
How about now? I don't have an engineer. Those out there in Facebook land, I don't have an engineer. It's just me. I'm doing the best I can. But hey, here we go. Is it better?
A little bit.
Okay, cool. So I'll read one more time. Hold on. When a fox who had never yet seen a lion fell in with him by chance for the first time in the forest, he was so frightened that he nearly died with fear. On meeting him for the second time, he was still much alarmed, but not to the same extent as at first. On seeing him the third time, he so increased in boldness that he went up to him and commenced a familiar conversation with him. So, now, I'm going to break it down first, unless one of y'all want to go first.
We can go first.
All right. Shouts out to Superior X Averett. Thank you for joining us. Line is open, 614-556-4535 for anybody who want to get in and make comments or listen to the show directly through the radio station. All right. So, we got this fox. And this is something that we see a lot of times. We have a fox who, upon first seeing something, is amazed. And in a sense, he's kind of fearful. The second time, he becomes less fearful. The third time, he becomes totally comfortable with this lion. And basically what the moral says is they says acquaintance softens prejudice. So now, how does it apply to our life? Huh? Somebody in the background talking. How does it apply to our life? Now, one of the things, like for example, riding home, because I wanted to share this. Riding home, I was listening to this thing about Bollywood. This NPR thing about Bollywood. Man, I'm on about Bollywood. Oh God, what's going on back there? Somebody listening at the same time? All right. I was listening to this show about, they was talking about, it's like a fear of the unknown first. But there's a good part to that too. Miss Monica says it's a fear of the unknown. Now, I was listening to the story about Bollywood. And in Bollywood, they just passed a law that before every movie is played in India, they have to play the national anthem and they stand up. They are forced to stand up and basically pay attention while the national anthem is being played. Now, one of the things that happens with familiarity is that it becomes unspecial in a sense. You know the saying, you never miss the water to the never miss the water till the well runs dry. Monica says, but once you do it over and over again, you get comfortable. And that's part of the problem, because one of the things I wanted to bring up for this especially was this. With a lot of single mothers, one of the things that you run into a lot of time is that y'all try to discipline your sons. And one of the major ways that I'm seeing a lot of women trying to discipline them sons, this is just my experience, is by them putting their hands on their son. Now, eventually what starts to happen is that your son becomes so used to that, right, that eventually your punishment has no effect on him, right? I mean, it's the same thing with, this is why a lot of bosses and institutions don't allow people to constantly be walking up on them. This is why people put barriers in front of themselves so that when you meet them, you always maintain a certain level of respect. Also, this is another lesson I believe we need to stress for our community, right? Because anybody could just come into our community without wiping their feet. They come in and set up shop and sell all types of shit and take the money right out of our community because they become so familiar with us, right? In some form or fashion, keeping a distance or having people at a distance can be a benefit for you. Why? Because when people are around you, they become familiar. They no longer have to really respect you like they did when they first met you. You know what I'm saying? I've always been in those type of relationships where we've been around people and they just get used to us doing for us, or they just get used to our company. And eventually it's almost as if they don't need us no more. They don't respect the fact that we're there anymore, right? So we miss out. You know what I'm saying? We miss out on a powerful experience because we become so used to it, right? Sometimes it's good to keep certain things sacred. This is why prayer happens at sacred times. Well, this is why a church is separated from the rest of the world, so that when you walk in a church, you have a certain reverence for it, because you only come once a week. And when you walk in, there's a certain reverence for it. That's why they do the mosque like that. This is why they do temples like this. This is why you got to have a certain space in your life that nobody else is really able to come into. You set it up as sacred for you so that every time you go there, you can stay focused. My fault. I ain't know y'all was still on here. Somebody else is on the line. You got something y'all want to share? I see Shaka Hasbury's on. Brother Shaka's on. A Lady J on. Do y'all got something y'all want to say?
Well, listening. I was wondering if you could say more about what you were going to say about single mom.
Well, this is the point. If you are using the same type of discipline, for example, if you're getting physical with your son, the one fact that you always got to keep in mind is this, that your son is always, in most cases, going to get bigger than you. And if every time you want to discipline him, you put your hands on him, right, he eventually get used to that. So at the point in time where you beating him for everything, eventually the beating wears off, because in a sense, not that the beating is a sacred thing, but the beating, it establishes an authority piece on the child. But if that is your only recourse, then when he gets to a certain size, it will no longer work upon him. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to come up with different methods when you're dealing with your son as a woman, right? As a single mom, you got to come up with a different way of handling your son. You got to start working on his mind a little bit so that you can reserve the ass whooping for the most extreme times, so that he knows that once you put your hand on him, he has went extremely too far. Because if for every occasion you put your hands on him, go ahead.
Why is it that way for a single mom? Why wouldn't it be that way for anyone? Because I don't know of any place or anything that you would be a part of where you would allow someone to hit you and not defend yourself. If a kid is being spanked or disciplined by his father, he is not able to protect himself or defend himself either. So that's why I was acting like I agree wholeheartedly. I was that person who, my oldest son, I was disciplining him and I hurt myself. It no longer phased him. And one thing I realized was that I was emasculating him every time I was making him take my hit. It wasn't phasing him. I was breaking him down. And it didn't take long for me to realize that was counterproductive. But I also think the same if a father were disciplining his son. So either way, can't defend themselves. You know?
Now is
even if they did maybe against their father.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, chances are, they may not, even if they defended themselves, if their father's bigger, they may, not be, may not win. But, either way, I don't know. I just think when we are raising our young black men, like you said, we have to be creative in our discipline. And if we are raising warriors, we are raising folks, young men to defend their community. We should not be emasculating them, beating down. We should train them up.
Now,
Can I chime in?
yeah, but hold on. Let me say one thing. Miss Monica Lynn says you have several ways. You have several ways to discipline. Take away things that hurt them. You have to be very creative in discipline. I agree. But go ahead, Shaka.
Right on. So, I'm a full-time single dad. My son is 6. He does not have a lot of maternal energy around him. So I have to play both. So I understand, and I understand, Tim, why you phrased it towards single black women, because in our communities, you are the majority. comes to your position, your of this cycle of that emasculation, I understand why that's important. My movement is totally relationships based, and in order to inspire a sentiment of oneness, we have to meet each other where we stand, and that includes our children, and most especially our children, because in our era, we were brought into the conditioning on a level where we didn't have a lot of the convention that our young people have, and we didn't have the IQ that our kids have in this age. I'm talking, specifically about in children who came here actually understanding balance. We teach them in balance, and that's why right now our Common Core educational systems are effective with our kids, because they know what balance is and what balance is not. So right now, what we need to focus on in terms of the way that we are cultivating our young minds is out of a fear-based activity into a faith-based existence. And sometimes they don't get those answers until they ask the question. But we're so systematic about the way that we want to raise them that we miss the, for example, my son is playing a trick on me in a food court at the mall. What it would be like is actually if I didn't know where he was, and seeing that, hearing that, and as the parent, I've made it a foot gun out of emotional inflection. Not understand that there is a consequence to every action. If we don't hold them to consequence, then they will. If that is the way that we, that we condition, so be it. But anytime we touch each other out of anger, it's a totally different. How kind of.
I'm just, y'all got to excuse me. I'm laughing because my daughter is trying to get on the stream and trying to show off. You supposed to be in bed, baby. But thank you, Brother Shaka. We just got joined by the traveler, Brother D. But taking it a little bit because I just wanted to stress the piece about the discipline piece, because I noticed a lot of women. I come from a single parent home. It was only to a certain point that my mom could discipline me. Now, with men, is a little bit different, especially when it comes to the male child, right? Is a certain awe and a certain possibility that goes along with a man. A lot of people. The point I'm trying to make is that the story is trying to teach us that when we allow things to become too familiar, they become comfortable around us. Right? And black folks, I think a lot of times we try to make everybody comfortable. When in fact, I think we might need to be going in the opposite direction. You know what I'm saying? Because we want people on their toes. Like I just read a news article about a man who he's on the school board and he just posted up some stuff that was derogatory towards Muslims and black folks. Right? You know what I'm saying? He's speaking his opinion about black folks. And I think people should be uneasy about that. You know what I'm saying? And I know because for us to move to the next level, we have to start developing a sense of, this country owes us. Right? Not that we should be allowed to sit down. But we have put in, our ancestors have put in a lot of work in this country, and we are owed. And we have to start carrying ourselves like somebody who is older than, right? And not like I'm just whining, not that whiny person that you gonna give me my money. No, we gotta approach them like y'all gonna give us our money. I don't know how you gonna do it, but you gonna get us what we need. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's comfortable around us. We want everybody to feel comfortable, and I understand because we're coming from a situation where at one point in time, us making people feel uncomfortable around us meant that we would be hanging from trees. We'll be that strange fruit. You know what I'm saying? Or we would disappear. But now we're approaching a time where it does not benefit us not to be seen, not to be heard, and to just be accepting. Like the fox found the lion. First, he was fearful of the lion. Then he got a little bit closer. And then finally he struck up a conversation. Let me tell you where else this happened to us at. This happened at the beginning of the captive trade. When it came to Africa. You know, first it was kind of a distance. They looked at it from the sea. Then they sent a couple people in. They got welcomed, right? They got comfortable. And next thing you know, they was carting our asses off across the sea to the Caribbean islands, all to America, all the way to South and Central America. Did the same thing to the Native Americans, did they not? You know what I'm saying? So we have to be kind of comfortable because once again, this, and for me, this brings up the idea of, one, that self-determination, being able to define our borders and defend our borders, right? Everybody don't need to be able to come and approach us comfortably or approach you comfortably and be comfortable about it. It's certain individuals that may not be in your inner circle that shouldn't feel comfortable just walking in your house and sitting down or just walking up to you and having a conversation without being, excuse me, can I have a few moments of your time? You know what I'm saying? We have to start erecting that type of idea around us, those type of borders around our community and around our personal selves. Because a lot of us got people that are comfortable like this fox in our life. That are they come up in our life, kick their feet up. I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I'm laughing to myself because the concept of this conversation reminds me a whole bunch of a Richard Pryor joke back in the day about two bulls on a hill. You know the joke?
About walking down?
Right. And here's the piece, is that saying, yo, this is what we deserve, in confrontation saying, yo, we demand what it is. This is what we demand right now. That's like saying, yeah, let's run down and, you know what I mean?
I don't know the joke. I don't know the joke.
Well, the whole piece is that there's two strategies in the mix. One is let's run down and take one of these cows. The other is no, let's walk down, take them all. And the whole piece of the matter is that as the fox and the lion, in regard to that, if I were the one sizing up the opposition or my enemy, all right, I can only do that by calculating my opponent's rhythm. And in that, in corporate America, in that sense, I understand by coming in there and experiencing their rhythm, I understand that there's a protocol to this system. Yes, there's money, and money that is dispersed amongst them, because there's a protocol
Now, that's another story for another time. You have to tune back in to see what happens to them. Still used to it. So now we have to start rising to work against it. Now, my line dropped and my battery about to run down on my damn phone. Let me send shouts out to Brother Leroy Thornton. Thanks for tuning in. Brother Juan Rollins. Miss Monica says, yes, the European got comfortable with the African and we began to strategize because really, what could I do with a lion anyway? You know what I'm saying? Either get eaten or served. You know what I'm saying? The lion. So the point that I'm saying, Fox, my Ash Brigade, there should be no other culture providing black folks with lotion. We already lost the hair. We already lost the black woman's hair. So, okay, you know what I'm saying? We have to set our parameter. We got to set our area, right? I want to thank everybody for sharing the video. Go ahead, bruh. Go ahead, talk, because I'm going to get my other device.
Say one thing about that.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of those skincare products and things of that nature that are sold on the pharmaceutical lane, you know, it's only one step that we're not doing to be able to put our stuff in that conversation. And that all has to do with the NC number instead of a barcode for a product base. That way, when it's prescribed, it can actually be sold in the pharmaceutical code.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to go get my tablet because my phone is about to go dead, and I want to catch this last couple of minutes because but yeah.
We talk about it sometime.
No. I'm not about to leave the show because Lady J is on here and she about to turn out. Go ahead.
This is the first time I've been able to clearly to hear you clearly the entire night. So whatever you just did just helped a lot.
I ran upstairs, Lady J. I wasn't on the air. All right.
Yeah, so now I can hear you clearly. Yeah.
That's your now, so the whole point is I need to stress that this story, we don't all have to agree. Right? Oh, hold on. Here we go. Miss Monica says my shea butter body butter is amazing and my Omega hemp lotion is awesome. I sell a lot. So we already got one business that's out here handling the ash problem. Because I'm just saying, there's certain things. Because for me, this story encompasses Kuji Chakalia, that self-determination. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to start defining our borders as a community and as individuals. As I said before.
Hey, hi, Tim.
Yes, sir.
So to your sister right there who was doing amazing already with her product line, here's what I mean. Is that if you go to CVS to buy some, let's say, tea tree oil,
Uh-huh.
tea tree oil is $7 off of the counter, right?
Right.
But if it's prescribed, it's sold from the pharmacy store, it bills $30-something for it. So my piece is that if we streamline our product base in a healing art culture, right now, there are those of us who are out here that's really digging the lanes for those to be able to get optimal, monetary incentives because it is a thing of healing. And if they can sell placebo out of a pharmacy for $60 a bottle, to the things that's really, having some evidence behind it, man, it's nothing for us to be able to move into that phase. But we have to do it collectively.
Yeah, well, now.
Yeah, I agree about this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you clearly.
Okay, yes. I was going to say I agree about the collective piece. And I believe that that's one of the major pieces of the puzzle that we're missing. Another piece of the puzzle that I think we're missing is propaganda. I like to use this word, and sometimes I use this word just to make people feel uncomfortable. Because when you use a term like propaganda, everyone thinks it's negative. But I think that is just one of the tricks that have been played on us that believe that which will liberate us, that would lead to fight this war, we would make it seem like something negative, or something, demeaning, or I don't know. But then the other piece, what I watch people do, my people whom I love.
All right, hold on. Miss Lady J, hold on for 1 second. Everybody that's on Facebook, I just put up another stream because my battery about to go dead on my phone. I'm going to cut off this stream. And y'all, if y'all would, join me on part 2. We got about another 10 minutes, but my phone is not going to make it. So join me. It should be popping up on the timeline right now. I'm going to finish this one, and we still going to continue the discussion. Hurry up and catch what Lady J got to say. All right, go ahead, Lady J.
Okay, and so the other piece, I said we're missing the collective piece, pulling our resources together, and then we're missing the piece where we use propaganda to promote our images, promote our brands, and then what we're missing, it just seems to me as if we don't, as a people, we're not bringing about infrastructure. We're not creating opportunities that would help our community as a whole. And I'm not saying somebody got on the other day, or do you think that that's never been thought of as far as a grocery store, right? So something as simple as a grocery store. In our community that is owned by us, ran by us, and operated on it and stuff. Just those areas where we do not have, where we are not represented. We need to go into those areas. Not only do we need to go into those areas, we need to start grooming our children to go into those areas. So many times, as an educator, I heard, "Oh, you don't want to be a teacher. They don't get paid any money." And I would hear that from
Hotep Sister Parameters, because I think one of the major that we have, it ain't that we are not starting businesses, it's that we're not necessarily supporting businesses. And sometimes I don't even think that we may be going into the right businesses, because, how can I put it? When the Hispanics when we look at the Hispanics, when we look at the Jews, when we look at the Italians, when we look at every group that came over here, they came over and they did something culturally. They started businesses that their culture could support, something that their people need. We don't control none of that. We don't control the gas that come in our house. We don't control the electricity, but yet we go into all these big businesses. I'm saying I agree with starting a business, but I'm saying we need to go into businesses that we know our people need. Now, education is a beautiful thing, but it's not a business. Unless we start opening up our own schools, we need stuff that our people need. That they need.
That's what I mean. How can you open up your school if you don't have trained? That's like a
See, but hold on, time out. The schools, wait a minute, hold on.
anyone to go into those positions.
Hold on. As well as I do, issues rebuke. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I gotta put it back on. Lady J, turn that stuff down behind you, baby.
I was just going to say this, and I get this argument all the time, okay, from an educator standpoint, okay? Common Core tells you what standards to teach. It don't tell you what resources to use, what curriculum. I have taught for many years, and I have did Black history all year, many years, and they nobody bothered me because I close my door when I teach. My kids are learning, and
That's you.
It's more people who were about the business of construction
but now the question we have to ask is why is that, and why aren't our children responding?
I just told you why it is.
No, but what I'm saying is, you're one. Hold on. You're one. Wait, hold on, time out. Listen, I'm not that person. I don't want you to have a flashback on me. But what I'm telling you is that the education system, regardless of